listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition After Show.
Uh-oh.
I love this song. So fairy tale-ish and very fitting. I know, right? Welcome, everybody. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another after show for Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, Season 2, Episode 7. It's called Fairytales Come to Life, in case you couldn't tell by the song we introed with. I'm your host, Annika Michelle, and with me is my wonderful co-host,
Tom Connolly.
There you go. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So obviously, also just FYI, everybody who's watching or listening to us right now, Dan's mom, Jesselyn, and her daughter, Jojo from the show are going to be calling in really soon. So we're really excited. They're going to be recapping this episode with us and kind of giving us the backstage scoop of what was really going on.
Yeah. And Francisco's not here with us tonight.
I know, we're really...
He was too busy twerking on the 5.
He was. He was stuck in traffic / rehearsal, and he wanted you guys to know at least he was dancing. So, sorry, Francisco. We'll see you next week. But this episode had, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did like it. It was a good episode. The dances at the end, I wasn't too impressed with, but overall, the drama was there.
Drama's always there.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, their theme this week was obviously modernized fairy tales.
Mm-hmm.
And their skill was turns, which if you dance, you need to be able to turn. Like a hello.
Yeah.
That's like dancing 101. I mean, really. And then the prize, whoever won the challenge, was a private lesson with Abby.
Yeah, which Cindy was not. Cindy was, I don't think Gianna even wants to win that.
Right.
Because she just doesn't.
Because I feel like it could go either way. Like, I feel like it could be good or bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it was a good
a good lesson. If you were on that day and Abby liked you, then it was good. Right. But if you were horrible during that lesson, then Abby's just gonna rip into you and knock you back down.
And also, it's a lot of pressure for when you are dancing the group dances, because then it's like, well, she got the private hour, she better be doing good.
Yeah, there
better be no messing up, because she got the private time with Abby.
But I also think it could hurt it as much as they get that private time with Abby. It could hurt them because they're not practicing with their
own
partner
dance.
or whatever they're doing for the week.
That's very true.
So I mean, it
kind of hurts the group as well.
Definitely an hour. They got just an hour with her or whatever.
I think it was a private lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe it was more than an hour.
Yeah.
But so that was that. That was the prize was the private lesson. So of course it's down to Kalani and Travis, and big surprise.
Travis wins. No, I mean,
right. Can you imagine? That would be a miracle.
I thought he was gonna win. I thought he did pretty good in the challenge.
He did honestly, but of course Kalani wins again.
I think that was more Abby picking.
Well, of course it was. Her and her little magic wand.
Yeah. Which Tiffany said she knows where Abby can put that wand.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, they so Kalani gets a private lesson, but the funny thing is, before this happened, there's a little moment that happened with Abby and Tyler's mom.
Yeah.
Tyler and Travis's mom. Do you remember with the gum?
Yeah, that was so after the competition, Abby, dismisses everyone except for Travis and his mom, and and they come back and Abby basically just wants to talk to is her name
Cindy? No,
Shayla.
Is that the mom's
name?
I don't know. I just put Tyler and Travis's mom.
So she wants to talk to her, and she finds out that Abby says, "Are you chewing gum?"
Yeah.
And she says, "Yes, sorry, ma'am, I am chewing gum."
And
Abby makes her spit it out into her hand, and then proceeds to smear it onto her nose.
It's like so embarrassing, like a freaking child, you know.
It's like they're in grade school again.
It's not okay. Like
No.
who does that?
Yeah.
And so sorry, I'm just reading the notes off my phone.
And she just kind of took it, and she was mad, you know, obviously after the fact, but she wasn't going to, you know, confront Abby at the time. She just kind of was like, this is Abby, this is what she does, and I don't want to jeopardize my kid being here.
Just for this little moment.
Yeah.
She took it, she went on with it, they moved on. So then the dances come. So it's Abby and,
Allie and Trinity.
Allie and Trinity first.
Evil Stepmother was the name of
Well, yeah, before that, Abby and Kalani had their solo moment.
Yeah.
And Abby told her, well, Kalani started crying, of course. And Abby's like, you have what it takes. You just need to let the whole world see it. And Abby was getting a little emotional.
She was born, you know, to dance. Like she has
the whole
package. The right body type, and just, you know,
everything.
Yeah, she's the whole package.
I'm telling you, if she's not on next season's Dance Moms, I will be very surprised.
Me too. But then Kira, her mom, said she was in dance jail. And she doesn't. Again, they kind of brought up the whole thing of like she doesn't seem too concerned with, you know, winning the money and winning the prize. It's just about kind of being there. Yeah. And seeing what happens. Yeah. It's so. I mean, I think Kehlani's definitely in it to win. Her mom is not. Is as there intense. because of her, and is not gonna, you know, fight with the other moms
just to get her daughter to get there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So dances. It's Allie and Trinity doing the evil stepmother, of course.
And Allie was the evil one.
Yes, and I have to say, Trinity said, okay, listen, girl, Allie, if you're watching, Allie's mom, if you're watching, any other tall girl, I'm tall, so I get it. Just because we're tall doesn't mean we have to play the mean characters all the time.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
I think it's because it's more of like, this is what I've heard all my life. You're more intimidating because your height.
Yeah, but there's some short girls out there that are
just as intimidating, right? I'm not me. And even Trinity said, I think Allie thinks that she's playing all the like evil characters because of the fact that she's mean, but she's like, no, it's just because she's tall. And it's so true because I've gone through it. So Allie, I get it. It sucks.
But I think Allie does have that.
But she kind of has
that look of like
being,
you know,
kind. I can't see her being like.
She seems like a really nice girl, but she does seem like when she is on stage and she does perform those types of characters, she's good at it.
She is.
So it kind of works for her.
It does. It's working in her favor, and it's not. It sucks at the moment because of course you want to be the princess too, but. But you know, at least you're getting like some good parts though.
But also like evil queens always have, you know,
the
special powers, and they can do so many things.
Exactly. And they have like fun, and honestly sometimes playing the mean ones are fun. Yeah. More fun than like, oh, so nice to meet you. Or, you know, whatever princesses do. Yeah. But so
and Abby called Allie energy. Oh no. Tiffany called Abby an energy sucking vacuum. Because once she came in to kind of see them practicing,
all the fun went out. Yeah. Well, that's just Abby.
Yelling.
She's Abby. And it's like, I mean, I think it's been obvious for everybody that obviously Allie's not been Abby's favorite at all.
I think, yes. Yeah. I think since week 2. When she won like one of the challenges, but then after that, it's just kind of.
I don't know what switched in her. Maybe she liked the other kids. I don't know. Maybe her height. Maybe she was intimidated. I don't know. But something switched in Abby, and she was not a fan of Allie.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it helped when Allie confessed that she didn't
have ballet training. Yeah. You don't say that.
I think that just knocked her down so much in Abby's mind, because now she knows like when she can't do a turn or do a certain move, she knows exactly why. It's not like oh, she just messed up. It's she didn't really learn how to do that.
No, she's never learned.
Yeah, compared to everyone else.
It's true. And the next group was Ice Prince and Snow Queen, and it was Travis and Kalani.
A repeat from last week.
Yeah, a lot of the partners I feel like were repeats. Some of them, like Allie and Trinity, didn't they dance together last week?
I think not last week, but I think they have.
Okay.
Yeah. No, because last week it was Trinity and Tyler and JoJo. That was the.
That wasn't last week, was it?
Yeah, because it was.
Oh, they did the Newsies. Yeah, that's right. I'm like smearing them all into one in my head. But. So it was Ice Prince and Snow Queen, and Travis is shorter than Kalani,
but yeah, he was lifting her all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Hey, he did it.
He did it.
He's getting strong there. He can
He's
lift her up
doing
at
it.
least.
And I think he's younger than her, too. I think he's only like 9 or something, and she's 12. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's an age difference, too. But he's trying, this poor kid.
Yeah, and I mean, this was kind of their redemption week to see. They messed up last week, so
They
said, let's
did.
put them together. See
He
if they
almost
can,
dropped her.
Yeah. See if they can get any better this week and get things going.
It's true. And sorry, go on.
Oh, I was going to say, and Kaylani, she kind of didn't have much confidence in Travis. She said, I think Travis is going to mess this up and make me look bad.
Yeah.
So.
Which is a horrible feeling when you're dancing in a partnership
Yeah.
to think that your partner is going to make you look horrible. So.
But you think you would want to, if you think that any of that in your mind, you would just want to practice
a
that much
lot more. Like, I'd pull my partner aside and be
Mhm.
like, we're not sleeping tonight or ever until we get this
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
But in a very nice way.
Exactly. Like, you're not going to mess this up for me.
I gotta win this scholarship. But the next one was Pinocchio, which was Gianna McKaylee. And, okay, I get, like, okay, Pinocchio, I guess technically is a classic, like, fairy tale. But, like, when I think of fairy tale, I think princesses and, like, big gowns and, like, happily ever after, Prince Charming. And
I think this one, well, I think they just, took a left turn.
threw
And
it.
they needed something different instead of just being all princesses.
And I guess it's harder with 2 girls, but what are you going to do?
Mhm.
We've already done the evil one. We've
Yeah.
done, a guy and a girl. What are you going to do with 2 girls? I guess I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I mean, the choreographer, Matt Cady, he was kind of really getting on Gianna about her turns a lot this week. And then that prompted Cindy, Gianna's mom, to just lay into, I felt bad for Gianna.
poor girl.
And I feel like I wrote down, I was like, Cindy just basically told Gianna that she is no good at dancing.
No, she was like, if you look bad next to her, and if we go home, it's gonna be your fault because you can't dance. And it's like, oh my God, your girl's like 12. Calm down.
Yeah, she was like, are you really gonna do this tomorrow? Like, are you really gonna dance? Yeah, she's gonna dance. She has to. Even if it's not gonna be any good, she's still gonna have to dance. They're not gonna be like, oh, that's okay. You just come back next week and dance.
It's like horrible because all these other girls have the support of their moms, and boy, and they, are kind of in competition with each other. But now I feel like not that she's in competition with her mom, but it's like she didn't have the support, so she's literally all by herself.
Yeah.
She's fighting this battle alone. Like, yeah, her mom's there to like help with costume or whatever, but it's like.
Other than that, I mean, and I think when we've seen it before earlier, where Sherry, Gianna's or McKaylee's mom, was helping Gianna out. This is like 2 or 3 episodes
even
back.
Today.
Yeah, but even this episode, she was like, "Oh, do you want me to help
do your
with your-"
makeup?" Yeah, and she was like, "Yeah." And then her mom, Cindy's off in a corner doing something, and it's like, well, your girl is like competing. This poor thing is like already stressed out enough. She doesn't need stress from you.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Gianna's a good dancer. I think her mom gets in her head too much, and she worries about too much of, oh, my mom's gonna get mad because I messed this up, and
she's like,
she just needs to like kind of like break away from it.
Take that out.
But and Cindy knows she's not helping her by speaking up to the judges and speaking up, to Abby, and kind of saying things under her breath because Abby's gonna know. Abby knows all, so.
She does. Abby knows all.
Hashtag Abby knows all.
Yes, new hashtag. Addition to Team Too Much.
Yeah, Cindy is Team Too Much too.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think she needs the support of her mom, and it's really sad that it's not happening at the moment.
And their dance looked like the hardest, I think.
Because of the bands. And then she even said, "How are they supposed to turn with these bands on their hand?" Like, honestly though, how do you they can't do full like pirouettes with bands like going with them.
I mean, it just depends on they have to figure out how to do it, but it's definitely hard. Out of all the dances, this one was the hardest. It's the more
complicated one for sure.
Yeah.
The last but not least, solo of the night.
Yes.
Miss JoJo, who is Rapunzel.
Yeah.
And I love the 3-foot like weave they sewed into her hair or they clipped in or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing was like whacking around her as she was turning, and she was going for it. She's like, I ain't gonna let this bother me.
No.
And she said herself that this week is her week because she's a princess. Duh. That's what she said.
And she is.
She is.
That's
and
JoJo.
It's her week, and it paid off for her, so.
Yeah.
It was good. But am I the only one who was confused how she ended up with the solo? Did it just end up randomly?
I think it just kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I think they pick from,
probably
behind the scenes of however they want to pair them up.
Whatever, yeah. Okay. Well, on to performances. Speaking of JoJo, she was number 1 to go up.
Yes.
And she had that little 3-foot braid of hair.
Well, and it's before she was getting her hair dyed.
Yes.
Because she doesn't have, she has brown hair.
She's not a blonde.
Not blonde.
She's not a blonde. She's, what did she say?
She's just brown. She has natural brown hair.
Yeah. So I never knew that, JoJo, and I'm sure most of America didn't either.
No.
I had
Secret's
no
out.
idea. Secret is out. I had no idea you were dyeing your hair. That's crazy. You look like a natural blonde to me, girl. Work it out.
Yeah.
So that's nuts. But that's one little secret ad. But she did her dance. She did so good. All the turns were great. The hair was whipping around, not blocking her, not whacking her.
It didn't hurt her one bit.
No, and it worked in her favor. She gave those fierce expressions, girl. You worked it out.
Yeah.
And she got the finger wag from Ricky.
She did.
Richie.
Richie. From Richie.
Ricky Ricardo.
King. I'm gonna call him King Richie tonight with that crown on.
Okay, honestly, you know what it made me think of? But like a nicer version, obviously, like the Burger King like crowns that they used to give to kids and like the whatever meals they would give.
Yeah.
Kids meals.
Yeah.
I was dying. I was like, yes, Burger King.
I should have went to
crown.
Burger King before I came here. I could have wore a crown.
That would have been amazing. Oh my gosh. And Rochelle said that she's like a performer, like old Broadway pro.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
a huge
good to hear
compliment.
for being. We all have to ask
9?
Jo. I think she's like 8 or 9. I think.
Yeah, I
So,
say 7, but
yeah.
I'm incorrect.
Yeah.
So I think it's 9.
Yeah.
Which I think she's one of the younger ones. And Abby said she nailed those turns. So good
Abby
job.
Abby said she would be her fairy godmother for the night. So I think that right there is saying you're not going home right now.
It's true. And guys, I know we said that they're gonna call in. They're stuck in the dance studio right now, so we're gonna see. Her mom just messaged me that they're stuck in a dance studio. Of course, JoJo's dancing. So we're gonna see if they make it before the show's done. They're gonna call, and if not, I guess another time.
Yeah.
But we just want to let you guys know we're not, going back on our word. They're just stuck dancing. So, number 2 group.
The twerking with Francisco.
Yes, twerking in traffic. Number 2 group was the evil stepmother, Allie and Trinity.
I thought at the end I like where Tiffany goes, "Was it good?"
Yeah.
and Tina's like, "I don't know."
Yeah, she like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
I like Trinity. I think she's really good and talented, and she definitely sells the performance when she's out there, and I think she has a good technique.
Yeah.
Allie, I think, is good, but I don't know. I haven't been that big of a fan since the beginning. So.
Right. I kind of feel like, you're tall, so it's hard to get like lost in the crowd because I'm tall and I know you can't get. If you want to get lost, it's hard to get lost in a crowd. So it's like use that height as an advantage. Everyone's gonna be looking at you anyway. Use it and shine. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
You can't hide.
Yeah, no,
if it's not like you're tiny and you can be like, well, I can get lost in the crowd and no one will notice my flaws. It's like, no, everyone's gonna notice because you're so tall and statuesque and beautiful. Like,
Yeah, she has like big hair.
She has that huge hair. Like, there's no hiding anywhere.
No, and and also I just think that Abby's gonna be looking out for
the time.
at her all the time.
So,
she's like, it's more like I feel like she's
looking at her
gonna not look at Trinity because she knows Trinity is good and is gonna kind of be decent, but she's gonna be looking at Allie because she's like her number 1 target.
It's so sad. So sad.
Yeah, I don't think none of the judges really liked it. They said they were disappointed with their turns. But they did say that Allie did tell a story.
Yes.
And that Trinity's growing as a dancer.
Yeah, so that was a couple of nice things in there. It could have been a lot worse, honestly.
Yeah.
The next dance, Ice Prince and Snow Queen.
Kaylani and Travis.
Could
they, rise up this week and take back that throne?
I just thought of like a couple name for them. Like, how Hollywood couples like
Yeah.
Kravis.
Nice.
Kalani and Travis, Team Kravis.
Nice. I hope they team up next week.
I hope they team up next week. That's a new hashtag. Team Kravis. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
If they ever hook up in real life, like, 10 years down the road, I came up with that name first. Anyways, sorry about that.
That's good. I like that name. The judges weren't really impressed with either of them.
No.
Tonight. I mean, and Abby I thought was really harsh on Kaylani.
Yes.
You know, she said her feet were wobbling. She did say that she was the only person to not wear shoes out there. But in the very last dance of the night, Gianna and McKaylee, I don't think either of them were wearing shoes either. I looked at their feet, and it didn't seem like they were.
No, but I think at that point they were third. Oh, wait, because she said it later. But the funny thing is she was like, oh, you nailed that turn or whatever. And it's like everyone else who was watching in that room was like, oh, my gosh, she just did the double turn and she fell out of it. So they were so excited because she messed up. And Abby was like, oh, my God, it was the greatest turn I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, it just goes to prove that when you like a kid, you're not going to see any flaws. Or if you like don't like him, you're going to see every flaw and nothing good. So it's unfortunate. Yeah. And then Cindy was like, why are we even here? Just let her win the competition.
Yeah. She was like, I know she wants to be an Abbey Lee Dance Company student, so
just let her go.
Just let her win. And Abby did say that she is the equivalent of so she's got to be on Dance Moms.
She's going to be next season as our predictions.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if Kira could hang with the moms on Dance Moms, though.
I don't know if they would like her too much because I think she's already a favorite of Allie.
Yeah.
Abby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a little harder for them. Mm-hmm. Pinocchio, Michaela and Gianni. McKaylee.
Yeah.
So I get the whole point was like the bands was supposed to be like modern technology that everyone like our age or their age or younger is addicted to technology nowadays, but no one really got that across. I don't think even the judges said that. Like Rochelle was like, I didn't understand. Like you were dancing on a computer and I still didn't get it.
I don't know. I don't know why I understood it.
Well, I got it too, but
because
like,
they were supposed to be Pinocchio. He had his strings. And then he lost his strings when he became a real boy, and they jumped out of the computer and jumped into the real world. I don't know. I got it. I don't know.
Yeah. I wish they wore prosthetic noses, honestly. And then, like, they did turns, and every time they turned, the prosthetic nose would grow longer. How amazing would that be?
I don't know. That would
do you guys need any more ideas? Producers, I'm here.
I don't know how they would do that. Maybe
okay.
CGI it in.
You know? I mean, what is it? Lifetime? They've got some money.
But I wasn't impressed with this one that much.
No.
They didn't work well together. I mean, McKaylee I like both of them. I think they're both good, but I just don't think this was a good pairing.
No, and I don't think it was a good dance to showcase any of their positive like talents, like positive skills in dance.
And the judges didn't like it either. No. I mean, Richie was like, "Where was the girl that we saw last week?" Because she was amazing last week,
right?
In the Les Mis. And this week you're like,
whoa, you know?
Yeah, I feel like both of them, I don't think they were both comfortable with this dance, and just they didn't let their personality shine. But this is also one of those dances where you're kind of supposed to be Pinocchio, you're trapped. Like at first he didn't. He's a doll. He doesn't have a personality.
It's true.
Like I feel like their personality could have came out when they jumped off the computer.
And they made a loud clunk when they jumped. Like, jeez. Like I know
loud.
You girls aren't heavy, so it shouldn't it shouldn't be that loud.
No. Yeah.
But so it's time for deliberation.
Oh wait, but before they got done, after they got done, Cindy was like, "That was not my kid that was dancing out there."
Right.
And she just went right after Gianna when she came back.
And that plays into deliberation in a minute.
Yeah. Yes.
Jeez. So they tell JoJo first that she was the best performance of the evening and dismiss her to her mom. Congrats, JoJo. Yeah. You were so good. So JoJo's safe. And then everybody else is in lineup. Then they dismiss everybody else, but Allie and
Gianna. Yeah.
Yeah,
they just went to the bottom two. Yeah.
Right. Allie and Gianna. And honestly, I knew Allie was going home. Let's be honest, people. But before they say anything, Gianna's mom, Cindy.
Excuse me. If you're going to send Gianna home, you just need to know that she's not giving 100%. And Abby is like, what? Like, are you giving 100%? And Gianna was like, yes, I am. Like, obviously this is new things that I'm learning. I'm not, as well-rounded in other dances as I, am in some.
Right.
So, but she is giving 100%, which I think she is.
She's trying her best.
Yeah. I just think Cindy is just hurting her. And
Abby
said, Abby was like, Cindy is really like, sending her up a river without a boat, and she's just,
And she was
swimming.
so upset. You can tell by her face. She was so frustrated because she's already mad at her mom. She doesn't have her support. And then she's like frustrated and pissed off. And then she's like, thanks, Mom. Like, I'm going home now because of you.
Yeah.
And if she went home, that would have been like a huge World War X in that house because that would have been because of Cindy.
Yeah. And she was like, you just killed me.
Right. Like, I'm done. Thanks.
Yeah, it was a bad speech.
And then she even like turned to Allie's mom, which I don't know her name. Tiffany. And she was like, I can't do this anymore. She broke down in tears. It's like, what can't you do? Support your daughter.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science, people.
No.
You're not the
Just
one
be
dancing.
there to help her
through this.
Yes. I mean, obviously, if she's not doing something right, try to correct her. But I don't think Cindy is like
maybe,
I think she's there because Gianna is a good dancer.
Right.
So, then basically it comes down to Allie going home. It was not her day.
Not her week. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought once when the judges were deliberating and Abby was like, I've been wanting to get rid of this girl for weeks.
I knew it was Allie.
So did
I was like, oh, sorry about that, Allie. You're going home.
Yeah. And then
Rochelle decided not to use her callback card.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna use it till the very.
Yeah, because she said it's too soon.
Yeah, which I think is right. I don't think anybody should have really used it
till when it came down to the wire.
Like Richie used his like the second week.
Yeah, he's like, come back, don't leave me. But
and then Tiffany, when they were after they got sent home, she was like, oh, I'm sorry that I couldn't cry like Cindy.
Right.
Which meaning like, oh, the only reason why they stayed is because Cindy cried. I don't think that at all.
I don't think that is the reason. I just think that Abby didn't really like Allie.
Yeah.
And that's the reason.
And I don't think she liked Tiffany that much either, because Tiffany was another one that would give attitude back, and she got into that fight with the choreographer a couple weeks ago because she said it was the dance was too fast for Allie, and it was like, it's a competition.
Let's be honest, even if Allie wasn't in the bottom two, and let's just say like Gianna was standing there with someone else, I think they would have kept her in for producer ratings because Gianna's mom is drama.
She is.
So they can't get rid of it. They're like, no, what are you gonna do for the rest of the competition when she's not? No other mom's talking back. You know.
I did like when all the moms were in the back and they were complaining about JoJo.
Yeah.
Saying she's a brat. And JoJo turned around and was like, suckers.
JoJo. Gotta love it. But
I like that. That was a quote of the night for me.
It was a good show. I'm guessing they're still in the dance studio, so we're going to let them keep dancing, no problem. But it was good. I liked it. Next week, I didn't say what the theme was.
The jumping.
Is it jumping?
Yeah.
Okay.
When Abby says jump, you say
how high?
To the moon. And Jesselyn called Cindy, I think it was a marshmallow. And they want the marshmallow gone. And JoJo said, yeah, we know. We all want her gone.
These moms.
And then, I don't know if it cut off on me at the end when I was watching it, but, Abby said at the very end of the preview, she said, despite all that, someone's still going home. So I couldn't tell if it meant someone went home and someone, they're sending 2 people home next week or not. I couldn't really tell. It was kind of one of those weird endings.
Where it just cuts off.
Yeah, to keep you tuned in of what's going to happen now.
What's really happening? Who's going home? So let's see what happens. I'm excited.
I know.
It should be good.
I thought this week's episode was good.
It was eventful.
Yeah. I thought last week's was a lot better. Yeah. I think because the dancing was a lot better, so it made it more enjoyable to watch. This one, I think without, JoJo's performance is the best one.
Yes, of course. Gotta love JoJo. Well, she said it's going to be her week. It's Princess Week or Fairytales Come to Life.
Duh.
Hello. But yeah, that was good. I really liked it. And I can't wait for next week and can't wait to see. I don't know why in the previews it looked like one of them was wearing Western clothes. I think
it's all West. I think it's like a Western theme. It looked like they all were.
Yeah, they were all like in cowboy hats and like little like plaid shirts.
One of them had a guitar or something.
Yeah, I was like, okay, all right, cowboy boots. You better work in those.
That's gotta be hard. I don't know. I never wore cowboy boots. So.
I don't either. But yeah. That was good.
That was good.
Do you want to tell them where they can find you?
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom, and tonight on WWE Main Event at 10 o'clock, and on Tuesdays here at AfterBuzz for Supernatural.
Yeah, you guys can find me at Twitter at Annika_Michelle and my website, AnnikaMichelle.com.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got a yeah back.
We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.